Hi everyone and welcome to Brick Arena. It's been a little while now since I did a Lego haul, and the reasons for that, I've been touched on in recent videos where I've talked about the backlog that I've got in my Bricklink store, and I really don't need to be buying too much for the store right now. I'm really trying to focus on getting that backlog down, getting my inventory up, and then I can look at looking at what deals are out there and bringing more into the store. But today, in fact, is my birthday, and prior to the birthday celebration, shall we say, going back a week or so, I went to the Lego store and picked up a few items there by way of birthday gifts, etc. And I've picked up a couple of other bits along the way, so I thought I'll do a quick video and show you what I've been getting my hands on. So here we go with the first item. And the first item is 10270. This is the latest modular building. It's the bookshop. And I have to say, when I first saw this, I thought it was a beautiful little modular. Like the pet shop, I quite like the way that it's effectively two buildings. It can be used together, can be used individually, and can be quite versatile in building your Lego cities. I think the colours are really good in it, and I think it's a big improvement, if I'm honest, over the last one or two modulars. I wasn't and still really aren't the biggest fan of the diner that was out a couple of years ago. The garage isn't so bad. It was an attempt to do something different, to build a different kind of corner building, but I really like the sort of getting back to basics in the styling of the buildings, but there's something special about this and the colour, etc. So that's the first item, and that is obviously for me, and it's going to be going into the city here, and really looking forward to building that. Now next up is this. This is 80105, and this is the Chinese New Year temple. Now, when these Chinese New Year sets started to emerge sort of last year with the dragon dance, etc., I was really interested in them. Of course, they weren't easily available in the UK at that time, and Lego have now said that they will be releasing all of these sets globally. They won't just be on regional release in future, and that was good news for me because I really like the look of them. There's something about the whole Japanese styling slash Ninjago type styling that I think is really good, and this potentially might fit in an area around my Ninjago city and other kinds of Japanese styled buildings that I've got. I thought it's great that there's a ton of figures in this set. Can't remember exactly, but there's about 12 to 14 figures or so, and at the price I thought it was a good buy as well. So that is the next set. And then in a similar theme, I have this. This is 80104. This is the lion dance, and again it looks like a really nice set. Really like the styling, really like these lion dances here, and again that'll go into the city, and yeah, should be another nice addition. Now, just to continue that on, I also picked this up. This is 80103, and this is the Dragon Boat Race. Now this one is one of last year's sets that I didn't pick up. I didn't want to pay ridiculous prices off Bricklink, and to be honest, I just didn't want to pay a fortune for them. Now, I was in the Lego store last week, and this was, well, it ended up costing about £25 or so, which I thought was a really good price. So I was really happy with that. and another great addition to the sets here. Now, next up, we're getting back to the store. I know I've said, you know, I'm cutting back, I'm trying not to buy things for the store too much, but now and then I see the odd deal and I just really can't pass them up. I've not been looking for lots of deals. I know that there's been tons of deals, to be honest, over recent months, over the Christmas period, etc. And it was a real struggle to, you know, not put my hand in my pocket and buy a ton of them. But some have slipped through the net, and these are some of them. This is 75972, and the reason that these tempted me and slipped through the net a little bit was that these were in Sainsbury's for £15. Now, I seem to recall there were at least a £35 to £40 set, something like that, but £15, and the part out value on them was something like mid-50s. So a good multiplier on the investment, so I thought I would go with that. So picked up picked up a few of those, to be honest. Managed to get 4 of them. That was all they had, but I haven't parted them out yet, but I do what I always do, which is get the figures out on eBay, and some of the figures have moved along already, so I'll just put those there for now. Not, to be honest, the Overwatch stuff I don't think has been amazing sellers, but at the prices I've seen them, I don't think they're a bad buy either. So to carry that theme on, I also picked these up today. This is 75971. Now these were £12.50 in my local Sainsbury's, so not as good a deal as the other set that I just showed. But what I find with Sainsbury's is that I regularly get vouchers from Sainsbury's for a £4 discount off a £40 spend, which typically, you know, is adding another 10% discount. So I always think it's worthwhile picking them up. So picked a couple of these up today at that sort of £12.50 mark, less 10% or so over the other things that I bought. So those were a good enough buy, at least for me. Now, when I was in the Lego store picking up the bookshop and the Chinese New Year stuff, of course there was the gift with purchase out at the time, which is this 40408. So because of what I bought, I managed to pick up a couple of those to add to the collection there. One of them I'll probably keep, one of them will go into the Bricklink store. And then I also picked up this is 40351, one of the brickheads, and these were on sale at £6.99. These were actually a good part out value, and I very nearly bought a whole bunch of these because I think the part out value was about £22, something like that. But in the end, I just stuck with getting the one for my own collection or addition to the other brickheads that I've got. And staying with that theme, I picked up 40352 as well, which again was £6.99. Not such great part out on these, so certainly wasn't tempted to get more of them, but wanted to add the one to the collection. What else did I pick up? Also at the Lego store, the other promotion was this 40355. I managed to pick a couple of those up. Actually sold one of them on a local Facebook group. So I'm not a big fan of the set, to be honest. I doubt I'll keep one even for myself. The way I see it with a lot of the gift with purchase like that, if I can make, you know, a tenner by selling that set, then it's a further reduction on the set that I'm buying for myself, and that makes it worthwhile. So next up is this 70836, and I wanted this, of course, for the Batman figure here. I think it's a great set. Never really wanted to pull the trigger on it when it was about £18 or so. So I was waiting for a good price. Now this one, I stumbled across on the shelf in Sainsbury's, I think it was. No, actually this was Tesco. And you can see there's water damage, the seal's broke here. And I thought, you know, as I would always recommend when you see a set like this, ask for a discount. And of course, normally if I'm picking this up for a personal set or for resale, then I wouldn't necessarily buy them like this. So it depends what you want the box for. But if you're going to be parting out, or if you're just not bothered about the box, it's well worth asking for the discount. Now I got this in the end. I think it was on sale for, I want to say £8. I might be £1 or so. I've got this a couple of weeks ago. So they gave me 50% off. So I got this for £4. Now that was a great price. So I was really well happy with that particular price. And again, in a similar vein, I picked these two sets up. These are 75970. These are more Overwatch sets. These were normally about £12, and again found these this time in Sainsbury's on a shelf on their own, well battered, already reduced to about £6, something like that. Then I managed to get them to knock some money off, not as generous in Sainsbury's. I think I got probably just 10% off, which brought them down to, I don't know, £5 something or other. But then of course they came in the bundle where I'm using my £4 off the 40. So all of these things, you know, kind of add up and become a really good deal. Now these are probably gonna fall down. I think I'm chancing my arm with them, so everything's probably going to come crashing down in a minute, but let's see. Now the other thing I got was a 75226. This is the Inferno Squad Battle Pack, and I really only buy these, just buy one for my collection, really just to get one of each of these kind of Trooper Star Wars figures. Not a huge fan of Star Wars, as I've said many times. But I do like the look of the figures, so did pick one or two up. And then today also in Sainsbury's saw these. These are 70841, and these were in at £4.50. But again, with the discount vouchers that I've been getting from Sainsbury's, and they tend to send me them in a book that lasts for about 5 weeks, and you can use one a week. So I picked these up, and I managed to pick 8 of them up, and they're not a great part out, to be honest. They are just over 2 times, but you know, I thought they're an easy part out. The figures, you know, they mostly just consist of figures, so they are an easy part out to do. So picked up 8 of those. Now then I also picked up some Pick-a-Brick cups the other week when I was in the Lego store. I do buy Pick-a-Brick cups to resell in the Bricklink store. It's a pretty cost-effective way of doing it. It's easy enough to do, depending on what you buy. Now this, you're probably looking at and thinking, well, he hasn't packed that very well, and there's loads of room in here. And you'd be quite right, because what happened was I came back with a bag of Pick-a-Brick cups, and came home, stood them on the kitchen counter, turned around to do something else, and then suddenly they all came crashing down, and there were parts everywhere all over the kitchen floor. So I had to scramble around, couldn't get them back in the bag, in the tub rather, so ended up with bags of parts and tubs of parts, so a little bit of a mess there. What I did manage to pick up was also some 2x2 dark tan tiles, which are nice and will be going into my Bricklink store if anybody needs them. And also managed to pick up a couple of cups of these grey profile bricks, which are really nice. Bricks are really popular as well, and really tend to sell quite easily. So got some of them mostly for the store. So that's it for now. Anyone who is expecting my next video as a follow-on from the Bricklink tips that I gave, where I talk about using my mobile phone to check prices, etc. more easily, that one will be coming next. But I just wanted to get this whole video out of the way. I also wanted to give people, an option to watch something a bit different. If you're not into the Bricklink stuff, the tips, etc., then at least you can see what I've been getting my hands on. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and I'll speak to you all in the next video. Bye for now.